Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how you can get started on your first Selenium test. I'm going to show you how you can set up, what libraries you need, and what are the basic requirements you need to have before getting started. So first of all, you need to make sure you have a JDK installed. JDK is Java Development Kit. This one you can get it from Oracle site, or you can just Google it and just Google for install JDK, and then you can get it. Download the JDK version. Now next thing is you have to make sure where your code is going to be written. So that is IntelliJ. We're going to use IntelliJ. You can download the community edition for free from IntelliJ website. You can once you get these two things set up, then we're going to go from the next level. Once you download your IntelliJ, you're gonna see something like that. Like it will be just a blank project like that. So we're going to start something new here. So I'm going to show you where's the project going to be. First of all, I'm going to write some automation test here, which is totally blank. Selenide. It's going to be Selenide Test, so which is just a wrapper around Selenium, and we're going to use that for this purpose. So this is where my automation code is going to be, so it is totally blank. So make sure you do that. Now before going from there, I have collected some of the libraries that I'm going to use. These are all available in Maven, and I'll show you how to go to Maven later. Mainly I collected all of the libraries that I would need in order for this project to be set up. I could not post the XML links into YouTube comment section because YouTube does not allow it. That's why I'm kind of preparing this way, so that you can pretty much pause the video and try to get this all versions putting in when I'm doing that. So this is going to be a little longer video, so without spending more time, I'm going to go jump into the IntelliJ. So first of all, like I said earlier, there's a blank project, so I'm going to start with a new project. And here it's going to be, so first time when you start, this JDK is not going to be installed, so you might have to add a JDK, and then you have to point with the program files, Java, select this folder. You have to select the JDK. You might have a JRE separate, but you want to select this JDK. But I already do that, so that's already defaulted after that. So once you select that, it's probably 1 or 2 times. It will be Java or Maven, so we're going to run a Maven, and Maven will automatically add this JDK to it. So we're going to do that. There's a next button if you cannot see it here. Once you do that, let me try to bring this up. Okay, after that you just hit next here. So here this is a time where you want to add your project name. So name is going to be how you want to display as a project. So I will just say Selenide demo test, Selenide test demo. Location I want to provide where my folder is located at, so I'm going to say Selenide test demo. This is where I'm going to put it in. Artifacts, here you want to add the group. If you want, you can just say com dot Selenide.demo. Artifact is going to be same as the name, and then version is going to be just default. After that, hit finish. So it's going to build that project. So right now you would see everything here, it's totally blank. There are a few things you need to notice here. Is one thing is there's going to be Maven to the end. You can just click there and you'll see the life cycles of how you run it. You can hit M and custom run the build. I would usually run clean package, ambient clean package, and hit double click. So it's going to, what it does is it's going to refresh all of the project, and it will try to download if there's any jars here. So what Maven does is that's particularly what it does. So now after that, what we want to do is we want to make sure these all libraries are being pulled in. So I have already compiled that for what I'm going to copy paste, but these are the normally it is going to include. First thing is a group ID, artifact ID, and then version. And these are the entity. So entity, you don't need to notice that this is just for the reference purpose, but these are the main thing that you need. And then Maven is going to go through this particular groups and then download these jars for you. Okay. At the end, if you see there's a Selenide, that is what we're going to focus later on. But let's go ahead and download everything what we have. So I have already copied it over from this version, and then I'm going to paste that into my just below here. So I'm going to go over that now. So if you notice, group ID, artifact ID, version, this is the Selenium version. So now you need to go, if you want to see that everything is kind of matching that. So I kind of copy paste those values here, so obviously they have to match. There's some hierarchies you need to have. So first of all, you have a properties. So this one defines that when Maven build runs, what version of Java to run. And then if you want to see here, there are some dependencies. When you have dependencies is where the Maven would look for before downloading what dependencies it's required for this project. And then you go to dependency, and each one of these is a one block. So every code needs certain blocks. So this is one like that, and then collectively it has it all that was run in that Excel sheet. There are some of the API tests for the REST Assured API framework, and some of the JSON. If you do not need to run API tests yet, you can kind of ignore this, but having that doesn't harm anyway. And then there are some Cucumber related. So there are some latest version of 6.10, which is a Cucumber JVM, and we're going to use some of those features. I have about 4 or 5 Cucumber libraries. And then at the end, there's one Selenide. Selenide is basically the wrapper around the WebDriver. So you would get more advantage of using this because they already wrote a lot of boilerplate codes for you. So after that, I'm just going to hit this fresh icon. So it is going to download all, or I can just hit this Maven clean package. They both are kind of same. So it's going to run through all, downloading all the Maven libraries. So you see it's already downloaded, and it created the snapshot under the target. So now all libraries are ready for us to get started. So first of all, when you see, you will see main Java resources drivers like that. To get this started, you need to have a WebDriver, Chrome driver at least. So I'm going to create a new folder here inside new, I'll just say directory drivers. So in the drivers, I'm going to put a Chrome driver. So let me go back to that folder location. I'm going to copy that from my previous some of the project that already has it. So I will say, let me copy that. So I downloaded this from Chrome site. So you can just Google it, Chrome driver download for Selenium, and you can get it. And once you get, you have to make sure it's a Windows. And then also you need to make sure which version you're downloading. It has to be compiled with your Chrome browser. So if you want to see which is your Chrome browser, you can open your Chrome browser here, help, and see about, and then you can see which version you are running. So when you download, you need to make sure your Chrome driver is kind of compiled with that. So it has to be matching version. So I'm going to copy this here from download folder, and I'm going to put it back to where it was. So this is my project. So I'm going to go source, inside source drivers. I'm going to paste it here. So now this will give me the driver location. So when I want to run, I see here driver, Chrome driver is there. Now I'm going to start writing a package. So inside for the package, new package. So I will just say this time I'm going to build a WebDriver. So com dot what is our package? Selenide demo WebDriver. So in this one, I'm going to write a WebDriver class. So basically, it is going to be just say browser. It's going to be, so first of all, what do I need? What do I need is I need to make sure I can get the WebDriver access. so from outside. So to do that, what I would need to do is I need to first write the WebDriver. So private WebDriver. Obviously I need to import that. Alt enter will help me that. Now I'm going to write a public getter and setter. So public static get driver. So here I'm going to return WebDriver, and then I'll also write a setter. I'm not going to set the WebDriver outside of this class, so I'll make that private. So static void, because it's not going to return anything, so I'm going to say WebDriver. So you need to make sure this WebDriver is going to be set to whatever value is there. So so this you want WebDriver equals driver. Let me make that a little bit unique. WebDriver. Okay. So this one will just set the driver, it doesn't do anything else. So now we can write some of the how to launch the browser, right? So to do that, I can do that private also. Load the driver. So this is the one that is going to load the driver for us. To load, it's a simple two-line process. So it is a system dot set property here WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, and then you need to define this driver location. So location here is src/drivers. Make sure it's following the same typo, so you don't want to get uppercase lowercase issues. It has to follow the same casing. So okay, so that is going to just set our driver into the default location which Chrome driver is going to look for it. After that, because Chrome driver is going to access the property of this, whatever key these ones are stored, that is what is going to look for the path. So we are saying we're setting that into system property so that Chrome driver can access this system property as a key, and then it will take whatever path we are defining. So it's going to look for this guy. After that, we need to launch the browser. So to launch, we need to do WebDriver new Chrome driver, and that will be it. And this guy is going to be the driver. So once we launch the driver, we need to set that driver to this guy, right? So we need to call that guy and then set it. So this time we need to say this is the driver that I'm going to set it. So what means whichever driver is launched, it's going to set into this guy. So when you set it, and then when you try to call the get driver, it's going to return you this same guy, because get driver is going to return the local variable. Local variable sets here, and this guy is set as soon as the new driver is launched. They're kind of connected in that matter. So now after that, because we are going to use the Selenide, this is the first time I'm going to talk about the Selenide. So Selenide has WebDriver dot set WebDriver, and I'm going to talk about in a minute why this is necessary. So we're going to set that driver extra for Selenide also. Okay, so we're setting the Selenide driver here. So far what we did, let's recap. So first of all, local variable, they're all static because we want to just access the browser dot. So we don't have to create browser equals new browser. So these are, that's why for static context, we're making that all static. And then, so this is that, and then when you have WebDriver, you got a WebDriver instance here, and that is going to be returned for this WebDriver. And then when you say browser.getDriver, it's going to return this value. This value will not be filled in until setDriver has a value. setDriver gets value only from this method. So how you do that, how you access this method is you need to first make sure before you return it's not null. To guarantee that, what you have to do is you have to add a condition here. If WebDriver equals null, then load me the driver. So now it will make sure, like when you load the driver, it will always set that value. Load is calling this guy, right? So we're checking if the driver is null, then call this method and then load the driver. And if it is not null, just return me whatever it is. So this is the guy we're gonna accessing most of the time. Okay. So this is only we need for the browser section. So since we're already here, let's create a method here, public static void close browser. So here if we say same as here, you can say if this is not null, that means if the browser is not null, then we don't want to load it. We just say get driver dot include, right? After that, we need to also set these guys into empty one, otherwise it's going to be a problem for your follow-up test. So we want to not set anymore, everything has to be blank. So here's a link. When you close the browser, we want everything to be reset to 0. When you launch the browser, you want to make sure it is not empty, then only load it. Because this method is going to be accessed multiple times. Sometimes it will be accessed after the browser is closed, and sometimes it will be accessed before. So we want to make sure that both thing is addressed. If the browser is alive, we want to just reuse that, right? So this might be pretty fast, but based on the timing, I'm trying to kind of cut these things down. But this is only you need for the WebDriver person. I hope this is a little clear. If it is not, please I would suggest pause the spaces and try to write it. I'm going to put that code also in my other project, so I'll try to put that in a link. So after that we got the browser launched, so let's write some of the tests here. New Java, let's do the package first. So it will be match the package com.selenide tests. So this is going to be new Java class, so it's going to be let's say browser test. This is going to be @before public void setup okay. So here the Selenide back in the days, how we do is we used to do browser get driver dot get, and then you're gonna say the website name. Here this time what we are gonna do is we're gonna just say open, and then here you're gonna say, if you see open, it's going to be the Selenide's website. Selenide.open is a static method. It needs the URL name. So let's find the URL what we want to test. So it's going to be let's pick this website. So we're gonna test that website, and then we're gonna say just launch it to this browser. This is gonna launch us, and then test public void test this site is open something. The method can, there's no really hard short rules. So after that we're gonna do afterwards public void tear down is going to be just browser dot quit close browser. Here we're gonna just close it. We can add a sysub method here, closing browser. Let's make this. After that, here I'm going to just print out something for now, just so that the test is launched, and then let's just say this. Let's try to run it. What it does when I try to run this, it has to open the browser for us, and then we will see. So I put the wrong annotation here, so because we're using JUnit 5, the latest one, we have to import as it's before each, after each, instead of before for the JUnit 4. So that's why, due to the dependency, it didn't run earlier. So now I just have this test. It did picked up here. If you want to see, we can run that. Right click, run this test. It's going to launch the browser. How does it launch? We're going to go with that. So it did launch the browser, and there are more ways we can do with the how we can do the page objects and all that after that. But here, if you want to see just this one, we're saying starting browser. It did come here. After that, it should show successfully open the page. This is coming from the test. And then closing browsers is it just steered down the browser, and then you don't see that anymore. So that is pretty much the simple way of doing the setting up the browser and running the test. I'm going to try to put all of the resources that you need for this setup. So it was just started as a blank, but in future, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add more stuffs inside the test, and to make it more robust, and we can check some of the elements, how to launch, go from here, this page to that page, click it or type it, or all that kind of features. So again, this is going to be part of the Selenide. So in Selenide, we're going to talk more about the Selenide incoming video in the next video of this. Please do follow, and I think this Selenide stuff is going to be very helpful for you to get started and writing. So I did have this, there's some kind of publisher also. If you want to see this, you can pretty much go into this Cucumber options if this is a Cucumber test. So far I don't have anything done for the Cucumber. It's just a blank. It's just running as a JUnit test. But in my next video, I'm going to convert this into Cucumber, and then you're going to see more beautiful reports as well. So please do follow my video, and thank you so much for watching it. And if you have not, please do subscribe my channel and support my channel. Thank you so much, and looking forward for the next set of this video. Bye.